Alright, this video is about having kids. People do not know what they're doing. To begin, the reason that your name is because you communicated that to your conduits, aka your parents, before you came through the density, before you came into this density. You know, whatever your name may be, Derek or whatever, you communicated that to them prior to. That's why it's stuck. That's why things just are, and they felt right, and everything was just, it panned out, right? All that, yeah. Or maybe it was a parasite. Maybe that's why some people change their names later, because the parasite was controlling the energy body, and it, it gave its own name. But that's what I mean. People don't know what they're doing when they're bringing ancestors back. They don't know who they're bringing back. They don't know because they're not conscious of the communication. Ask any pregnant woman about her dreams, especially later in the later trimester. Like it's after that 49th day is after conception is when the soul enters the body, and there's a dream that night too. So that's when it comes through the pineal down the chakras into the fetus. And in Chinese medicine, they say it comes through the pancreas. That's what they say the gateway to the soul is. So that's Chinese medicine. But in Tibet, they'll tell you the 49th day down the chakras and into the child. And then through the dreams, that's how the souls, that's where the communication is happening, so-called dreams. So again, we're portals, and people don't know who they're bringing through. And once you bring somebody through, you brought them through. It's like somebody knocking on your door, like I'm your ancestor from thousands of years ago. Let me in. Would you let them in? Like no. That's just because you're not conscious though of what you're doing, who you're bringing back. And people don't know what they're doing. The years before, the preparation for years before bringing a soul or energy through this density, they don't know what they're supposed to be doing in that time. They don't know they don't even know how to bring a child through. Nobody knows what to do during the birthing process, the re-arrival process, because we're not birthed. Ships are birthed. We re-arrive. We're an amniotic fluid, or some people call it melanated fluid, or whatever, carbon, whatever. And we're in that. We're not birthed from water. That's what ships are. That's what ships are. That's what they do when they're at port. When they are at port, I mean. And then, when a ship comes to port and it's in its berth, then they bring their manifest, their certificate of manifest, to the Port Authority. And the Port Authority looks at it and says, okay, the manifest, this is what a birth certificate is, a manifest. So that's what it is. How much, what's on the ship, what are you bringing, how much is it worth? Bring your certificate of manifest, your birth certificate. And that's what a birth certificate is. That's why you shouldn't document your kid's birth or your ancestor's birth, whatever you want to call it. So people don't know what they're doing. They just really don't know. They're unconscious of it. And that's why you have what you have. You might bring somebody through that has some serious karma issues, and then they might get killed at a very young age or something. Anything catastrophic could happen because you don't know who you're bringing through. Now you brought that trauma on everybody around you, and it's just sad, man, what people are doing, and people just don't know. They do not know what they're doing when they're having children. So unless you know what you're doing, you should refrain from having children. And I'm not saying no sexual contact. But I'm just saying, if you don't know what you're doing, you should not have children. And there's natural contraceptives. And again, you lose a lot of energy when you come. So you should only be doing that when you know what you're doing and you're ready to bring an ancestor back. When you hold it, actually, you gain energy. So, I know that might be deep for some people, but it's just the truth. And, yeah, I just wanted to say that. People are just mindlessly having children. Most kids are made out of fear or self-hatred nowadays, from what I can see. Either like people hating what they have, so they see somebody else that has traits that they admire, so they mate with them, just to mate with them, just out of hatred for self to change the child, or out of fear, security. People need security, so they'll be with somebody and bring an ancestor through, and then they don't know what they're doing. And that's what's causing a lot of this mess, man. Really, having children mindlessly, bringing people through this portal mindlessly, and you're making slaves when you do that. Again, be fruitful and multiply so you can serve, right? So that's that video.